Okay, 866-582-9933 is our number. Let's take our first phone call of the day. Frankie in Wisconsin. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing? I love your show. Love you, Ben.
Thank you, Frank.
I got my friend's wife. She has acid reflux. I'm going to help her with that, with all the things you talk about. But she also has a tumor in the back of her neck. I guess it's causing pressure on something called the Chiota or something like that, and giving her headaches for like over a month.
It's a benign tumor, right?
You know, I don't know.
Okay, assuming it's a benign tumor, they'd probably be working on taking it out if it wasn't. You know, here's the thing with tumors and growths. It takes a lot of damage for the body has to have been abused for a long period of time for a tumor to develop. I mean, I suppose you could get them occasionally. They'll show up in kids, but for the most part, people who are dealing with neoplasms, tumors, growths, usually have been doing stuff for a long period of time. It's like if you have a plant, right, Frank, and you got the leaves, and they're starting to turn yellow and rot on you. What are you going to do? Are you going to work on the leaf, or are you going to work on the root? You got to work on the root, right? And it's the same thing with a tumor. A tumor is like leaves on a plant. In fact, all diseases and all breakdowns and all degenerations are like rotting leaves. If you got rotting leaves, it's not going to do you any good to spray something on the leaf. You got to go down to the root and work on tomorrow's leaf, and it's the same thing if you're dealing with a tumor. So if she's got heartburn, if she's got acid reflux issues, chances are she's got digestive issues. And as you know, Frank, because you've been listening to the program a long time, everything that breaks down in the body breaks down secondary to the triangle of disease, and the triangle of disease starts off with digestive issues. So no matter what kind of health crisis you're dealing with, even if you don't know you have digestive problems, focus on digestive health. Now, if you already know you got digestive health issues, and heartburn is usually just one thing that goes wrong in the digestive system, there's usually other things, you got to focus on digestive wellness. And anything that you work secondary, anything that you work on top of digestive problems is not going to be anywhere near as effective if you don't focus first and foremost on the digestive system. So do the food diary thing. Eliminate digestive triggers. Get yourself and if you're a new listener, what I mean by food diaries, you get yourself a notebook, you write down all the things you eat, and then write down how you feel 2 or 3 or 4 hours later. If you notice digestive triggers, foods that cause any kind of digestive symptom, those are foods that need to be eliminated. That's the first thing you always want to do. Folks, that's the first thing you want to do no matter what your health challenge is. Get yourself a notebook. Write down in the notebook everything you eat, and write down how you feel. Write down what your bowel movements are like. Write down what any kind of digestive symptoms are next to those foods, and those foods that cause digestive triggers, heartburn, bloating, gas, diarrhea, loose stools, whatever, are foods that need to be eliminated. Secondly, get yourself on the best probiotic supplement you could find. 80 billion units a day, multiple strains of bacteria. There's a bunch of good ones out there. There's lots of good ones out there. And sometimes you got to experiment a little bit with probiotics. Personally, I like Dr. Murray's 12x12 or Jordan Rubin's Primal Defense. Garden of Life is the name of the company. Primal Defense. Those are my 2 favorite. But there's lots of them. There's tons of them out there. You want to basically look for 80 billion units a day, and you want to look for multiple strains of bacteria. Get yourself or have your friend use as much liquid nutrition as possible. She probably has issues swallowing, so that's going to work in her favor on multiple fronts. Number 1, she'll get lots of nutrients, and it'll be easy to digest. And number 2, she won't have to worry about swallowing. So she won't have to worry about chewing, I should say. So use the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, double the dose, 4 scoops a day, sip on the BTT. Bone soup is a wonderful immune-boosting supplement or nutrient or food. It's also tasty, and it's loaded with easy-to-digest protein. If you have any kind of digestive issues, the first problem is going to be digesting protein. If you have heartburn, chances are she's got issues with stomach acid. She may have pancreatic issues too. So getting liquid protein is very helpful. In addition to using whey protein, which is a great source of liquid protein, she may or may not be able to handle whey. Some folks can't. Using bone soup is a great way to get liquid nutrients, and it's a great way to also support protein metabolism. She'll get easy to digest protein. And as a bonus, there's substances in bone soup that coat the digestive tract. There's something called NAG, which stands for N-acetylglucosamine, which actually can act as a coating for the digestive tract. The noni juice from Longevity has some NAG in it. Aloe juice has some NAG. Those are all great ways to coat the digestive tract. So using liquid nutrients, BTT, bone soup, any kind of soup, also vegetable soup, vegetable juices. These are all great strategies. Vegetables have wonderful anti-cancer nutrients, especially broccoli and cauliflower, the so-called cruciferous vegetables. When I talk about veggie juices, by the way, I'm not talking about carrots so much. Everybody wants to do carrot juice and beets as well. Those are very high in sugar. Use a little bit of carrots because you get some good nutrients. A little bit of beet, you get some good nutrients. But concentrate on the cruciferous, savory, almost bitter vegetables in your juices. Lots of things you could do. A couple more things, Frank. Hang tight, and I'll finish up with your call. If you're on hold, stay there. We'll get to you when we come back from our break. 866-582-9933 is our number. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll be back after this. All right, we're back on the bright side. We've been talking about glutathione, and if you're interested in learning more about this amazing, amazing poison control substance, you can get a book called Glutathione, The Ultimate Antioxidant by Dr. Alan Pressman. It came out about 15 years ago, and it's one of the best reads on glutathione that I know of. It's easy to read. It's written for lay people. Lots of great information. Glutathione, The Ultimate Antioxidant by Dr. Alan Pressman, Pressman. All right, tomorrow we're going to tell you about some neat ways that you can upregulate, make your own glutathione, one of which involves a product that we talk about all the time, but I've never told you that it's one of the best ways to upregulate glutathione. I'll tell you what that is tomorrow, so you're going to want to tune into the bright side. We're talking to Frank in Wisconsin about tumors. Frank left us, but just real quick, if you're still listening, Frank, work on the digestive system, use probiotics, use liquid nutrients. Bone soup is wonderful for the immune system and for cancer. Make sure you're on, or for protecting yourself from cancer. It may help with tumors. Make sure you're on the BTT. And then, last but not least, focus on adrenal wellness. The adrenal glands are burning through vitamin C, and vitamin C is one of the most powerful anti-cancer substances in the body in addition to glutathione. So work with adrenal health and adrenal wellness using vitamin C, using zinc, 50 milligrams a day. And you know what? If I had any issues with cancer or tumors or malignancies or I was concerned about it, I would be using a rebounder. A rebounder is a great way to move that lymphatic system around. Long-term digestive problems can cause congestion in the lymph. The lymph is not only important for delivery and absorption of fat-soluble nutrients, your fatty vitamins and essential fatty acids, but the lymph is also your drainage system. It's the way cells drain their toxins, and once the lymph becomes clogged, toxicity can accumulate, and certainly cancer is not something that can result, or something that can be the result of lymphatic congestion. So get a trampoline, a mini trampoline. Costs around $50. One of the best times to use your mini trampoline is first thing in the morning. Lymphatic congestion is dramatic when you wake up in the morning. Think about it. You've been laying in bed for 6, 7, 8 hours. You haven't moved. The lymph depends on body movement and muscular contraction in order to move. So basically, if you've already got lymphatic congestion, when you wake up in the morning, you're going to have extra lymphatic congestion. And if you're not dealing with lymph problems, first thing in the morning, you're going to have a certain amount of congestion anyway. So first thing in the morning, get on your mini trampoline, spend 60 seconds to 120 seconds, even 3 minutes on the mini trampoline. Not only will you be moving your lymph around, but you also get a little surge of energy too, and you may not even want your coffee once you've been on the mini trampoline for 2 or 3 hours, or if you do, you may want less coffee. And then the amino acid tyrosine is also very helpful for the adrenal glands. Lecithin can be helpful for the adrenal glands. And then the whole B complex is very important. And vitamin B12, super important for adrenal health. It's important for the immune system. Anybody who's dealing with long-term digestive problems, please, people, think about intramuscular vitamin B12. That is vitamin B12 shots, which bypass the digestive system and go right to work. Read the vitamin B12 story, The Hidden Epidemic, by Dr. Sally Pacholik. She talks all about the importance of vitamin B12 and vitamin B12 shots. So lots of things you could do for your friend there, Frank. Hope everything works out for you.